app idea to help parents and kids do their chores. So parents assign kids the chores and kids do them. So like, what would be some example tasks for a parent to make their kids do their chores? So like, what kinds of things do they have to do, basically? We can just spell them out. More general. More general.
Okay. Meaning, are you talking about more general?
More general.
Okay,
like the actual action. So like, number one would be to give a child a chore.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So.
Give a chore.
Make sticker cards.
Give rewards. Yeah.
Give a chore. Okay, maybe another task would be to give recognition of. So what would be some other things that a kid has to do?
Do the chore.
Do the chore? Yeah. Do the chore. And then what else? Like what happens after you do the chore?
You have to like mark that you completed it.
Yeah, so tell the parent that you did it, so you can get like awesome stuff. Tell parent about it. Okay, so we can work with these while we're doing our task analysis. So I'm gonna briefly go through each and every one of these. So like, who is going to use our system in this scenario?
Parents and kids.
Yep, basically. So as you kind of do the task analysis, it's also good to dive into their personas. Like parents will probably be usually mid-30s and up, and then kids will be maybe elementary school to middle school. So it'll be like their first mobile device, kind of like the profile. And then so what tasks are performed, we kind of just went through this exercise. So giving chore, giving recognition. There's other ones too, like the parents want to give their kids like money or a nice Xbox for taking out the trash. So, and then the new way to do things, very exciting. Maybe give a new Xbox for taking out the trash for 3 weeks in a row. For life, yeah.
That's easy. 3 weeks.
Yeah. 30, not 3.
Oh, I thought you said
30 is a lot.
Yeah, 30 is a lot.
Yeah, so what's the old way that tasks are performed?
Well, they just do it like ad hoc.
Right, so the parent will just say, hey, can you take out the trash? And the kid will say, maybe. Maybe he'll say,
You're
no,
not my
I
real
don't.
dad. How does this app deal with that, Eric?
I guess it doesn't. There's deeper problems if you're asking those questions that this app probably can't handle. But yeah, so the new way to do things would perhaps be giving chores through your mobile device. You can give chores on the go. Assign chores to your kids. And then you can also actually give more visual feedback on what rewards you will receive, like a progress bar. And like, if you do these chores, then you will get this much reward.
Progress bars are great.
Yeah. So how are the tasks learned? So this is kind of going over how would the parent learn how to use this app, how would the kid learn how to get rewards and complete the chores on this like checklist app. And it's good to know like their level of experience. So this is kind of like, who is our user, what's the education level, and how familiar they are with technology. So where is this task performed, or any of these tasks?
At home, in the car, at work.
Yeah. So when the kid's doing the chore, it'll probably be at home. Right? When the parent is giving the chore, it could be in between meetings, it could be while you're driving. It really could be anything.
While sitting right next to the kid.
that could be also like a way for the parent to teach the kid how to use the app, which is in a sense instructional. And then so these factors don't really come into play in this example, but like for the BART, for example, or in a shopping mall, there's a lot of different effects you have to keep in mind as you're using a mobile app, for example, to shop at Express or H&M or Best Buy. So yeah, this is a shopping mall. So what's the relationship between, like, what kind of data do you need in order to do this like that? Did you have your hand up? Okay.
Profiles, you need a database, probably of chores, you need a timeline.
Yeah, so basically, covering what he said, so common data is the data available to everyone, so that would be like example chores that people would give their kids, like taking out the trash and cleaning the dishes. Personal data would be the parent's profile connected to the kid's profile and how they interact with each other. And the restricted access means that another parent that's not in the same family can't see the kid's chores and assign chores. Right?
That'd be really funny though.
So a very good model of kind of thinking how data interacts is like a Facebook profile. Like when you're not friends with someone, you shouldn't be able to see all of the newsfeed and information. And I pulled that off of Google, just signing up for this. And so other tools do they work with? So what are some other tools kids or parents would work with in this scenario? Don't just say.
I'm not.
I want to see if the other class, the rest of the class.
You mean work with in relation to the apps that we described? Or just
Yeah, so for example, like doing a chore would mean you interact with water. So this is literally the physical objects that you interact with when you're doing these tasks.
Eating stick.
I'm not going to acknowledge my comment. Any other suggestions?
Like a mop.
Mop? Yeah, so to clean the floors.
And flip it around.
That's good design.
How about one more suggestion?
stickers.
Stickers. Okay, so stickers to give the kid reward, like a nice little star. Yeah. So virtual stickers would be
I'm
a.
changing my
So these are examples like the BART map when you're buying BART tickets,
Mario.
or like when you're driving, the traffic light is something that you interact with. So.
Power grid failure.
Yeah, so how users communicate, so the parents communicate with the kids, and that's how they interact. We've kind of gone through that task. And then how often are the tasks performed? Well, it's based on how cruel the parent is to their kid and how cooperative the kid is. So if he wants to actually do all the dishes and all the trash and the backyard chores, then maybe he'll get better rewards like a nice Xbox or Kinect.
Does the kid have like a mouth off option? Maybe you can just expedite the whole process.
Alright, so time constraints. So this is really going over like the sequence of actions and the story when you're using an app. So which of these actions have to really come first?
Probably number one.
Probably. Okay, and
Number 4 for me when I was a kid.
so, yeah, maybe we could add a step about complaining about the chore. But yeah, so giving a chore, and then the kid would have to receive the chore on their phone, and then actually go out and do it, and then tell the parent about it, maybe by taking a picture of the completed chore, like mowing the lawn, or taking out the garbage, and then the fourth step would be giving recognition. So when you build more complex applications, it's really important to see like how this order actually works, and maybe there are certain steps that will actually confuse the user, and you'll have to work through those. So what happens when things go wrong? So what kind of things can go wrong in this application?
If a kid gets access to deleting chores.
So if the kid has admin access, how
Kid tries to give a parent a chore.
flip the entire app around. Yeah, tell the parent to give them their allowance money.
Yeah.
Or even like if you just check it off, like it's hard to, I don't know, whether you scan your iPhone against the floor to see if it's all mopped. Like,